Hello everyone. Now we are coming to week 12 of my .NET 8 weekly journey. Just to quick recap, we have done the 3 episode or sub episode, I should say, of MS Build with the relation with the project system. Now we are coming to week 12 and we are still going to continue discussion about the MS Build, but not so much in MS Build. We are going to only discuss the tool that is used by .NET SDK, not just the .NET Build and semantics. Again, before that, I am Aryawan, and this is my weekly journey videos. The way I'm going to present is like I'm going to try something else. Maybe I need to prepare something first before I record this video, just to ensure that we are here learning together, and I may make some mistakes during my time to present you, and I think it's okay because I'm trying to show you also my thought process and also my learning process during my own journey as well. And of course, I'm uh, not just willing to share this to you, but also just try to start from the .NET Framework Board to .NET Core. And now we are going to start this one. This is me. I'm Herawan Kusumowardono. I'm based in Indonesia, and this is my LinkedIn. You can also search by my name, of course. My GitHub ID is Aryawan, and next to me in the photo is my wife. We're both, of course, in Indonesia as well, and I'm also a member of .NET Foundation, the committee of project onboarding. So if any one of you have some kind of open source project, and as long as it's running on top of .NET, and it's supposed to be hosted on GitHub, the repository, please ping me if you need more support, maybe more increase for awareness of your project as well. So you can reach to me on my LinkedIn. Okay, and the plan update so far. So I've done the introduction of these video series and also what is .NET. I'm still, leaning on the second point here, on the point 2, and we are still here between project system and also MS Build, and also the tooling as well. The next part would be, and the last part as well, of photograph technologies, and this point 3 will be a nice segue to start to recognize the .NET 8 as a whole, and also trying to have a smoother way to introduce you to .NET 9. Now that we all know that .NET 9 is also a release candidate 1, meaning that all of the features are frozen. There should be no changes in the features again. And also, release candidate can be considered as, you can also assume that it is production ready. But I suggest you to grab your own, but not for production. You need to, test it, because there are notable changes that may surprise you in the long run, such as the removal of binary formatter. This episode is focusing on the publish tool, the .NET Publish, and more emphasis on .NET Core SDK. Since .NET Core 3.0 or maybe 3.1, I'll try to give you the exact pointer of the differences later. We are now here have the core technologies. I mean, not just the core CLR or BCL, but also project system, framework, and also the toolings, including all of those .NET tools in the SDK. I mean, the default tool as well. And we have also Trimmer, So hopefully next week I will start to discuss this streamer as well. Just to have recap, this is the overview of MS Build, basically a Microsoft Build Engine platform. You can read the rest here in the document, or just I'll give you the link after this video. So it should be easy for you to follow what I'm trying to convey here. So initially it's mainly used by .NET Framework, now it's also used by .NET Core as well. And I should make a note here that it is also closely linked to Visual Studio releases. So this is also in the .NET Core SDKs as part of the .NET Core by running or executing .NET Build, MS Build, or run or publish. You can also run MS Build directly on top of .NET using .NET MS Build. This will give you the exact view and exact output of MS Build by having .NET MS Build, meaning that you can also pass the optional parameters of MS Build as part of .NET MS Build. And of course, you cannot use the .NET Build, the same parameters. Especially .NET Build has additional parameters such as self-contained, no self-contained, and many things. And yeah, I should skip this. So just to quick overview that we are now going to focus on the project system that comes with MS Build, not the JSON project as part of the .NET Core 1.0 and 1.1. And yeah, before I'm going to start the demo, these are the options of .NET Build in .NET 8.0. You see that we have a UCR, framework configuration runtime, and version suffix. So we also have an interesting option such as self-contained, which is I'm going to try demo to you. Publish the .NET runtime with your application. But this also means that you can use .NET Build for publish. What I'm trying to say is the best thing or the best practice is you should not use this to publish directly. Why? Which is I'm going to explain it later. Because for that you need the .NET Publish. And in here in .NET Publish, you'll see that we have different options available, not just the same one, such as the manifest, no build. Yeah, so if you are going to publish by using .NET Publish, you could just start with this option, no build, after you have done the build successfully. This is important because you need to build first without publish. Because if you just, running .NET build with the publish thing, that means if there is a problem on your build, you will have something that may not working, such as a compile error or warnings that you have to investigate first. This is why I think you need to pay attention on the build first and then you publish it. Because to me, it is a little bit quite better. I know that if you just use .NET Build to publish, it is fine and it is doable. But consider the scenario if you are going to have a CI/CD, for example. You need to build first to ensure that your build is okay, then you run the .NET publish. That makes sense, right? It's also common best practice because you need to be able to see the build first before you publish. So build come first and then publish. This is why you are not seeing this option, no build for .NET Build, of course, because .NET Build is for building. So why you are going to have no build for .NET Build? It doesn't make sense. For .NET Publish, after you have done the building the project, then you can publish. Publish also means that you can add more information such as manifest that contains the list of packages to be excluded from the publish tab. Documentation for all of this is also available nicely in the Microsoft Docs, the learn.microsoft.com. And unfortunately, I could not see a good sample of manifest, which is why I think I'm going to plan to talk about manifest on a separate video after this. Okay, and these are the differences. .NET published by default publishes the resulting build with dependencies. Dependencies, but not much the whole thing, the self-contained. While .NET build by default doesn't build with dependencies. And this is somehow a little bit misleading because as you will see in the demo, those resulting, from .NET build and .NET publish is exactly the same. Maybe if you have a something that needs to have dependencies such as NuGet package, and we are going to see whether it is valid or not. The next one is .NET Publish can run without build. .NET Build always run build. It's useful for scenario that I mentioned before, like in CI/CD pipelines, such as in Azure DevOps pipelines, GitHub Action, or many more. And you can also run as a pipeline in GitLab, for example. I didn't mention in this one. .NET Publish can also specify optional manifests to have some control to exclude some packages. And by default, .NET Build use debug configuration. .NET Publish use release configuration. And now let's go to the demo. Hopefully everything is fine. We are now inside the repo that we always use in this demo, also in use in this video series. I have create this folder to contain some project samples. Oh, sorry, not this one. Should be .NET Publish. CD. Okay. That for the migration samples that we have done. Okay, we have solution. We have global JSON, and just to inform you, I'm still using the .NET SDK 8.0, and I'm also use latest feature, meaning that no matter what kind of the SDK version that I have, as long as it is equal or more than 80300, I should be fine. We have here 3 samples of project: .NET Console, .NET Reforms, and sample SVNet Core. I'm going to clean the repo first to ensure that I have a clean repo. Yeah, nice thing about Git for Windows, I don't have to be in the folder of the repo. I can do clean, and it's also clean the upper folders as well. Now, okay, .NET Console. Let's try to use .NET Build against .NET Console. You can also try to compile all of them. Just to, oh, sorry, I think I have to show you the inside of the sample projects. I don't have anything fancy. It's just hello world. Maybe I'm going to add more code in this one. There you are. So I'm going to add today is of course I'm going to use string interpolation. This is my favorite. At time dot now dot to string. There you are. Yeah, I'm going to build this guy. So by default, if you do build, you will have a debug configuration. This should be good. Or maybe I should, oh, doesn't matter. Let's try to run this guy. You can use .NET Run, or you can just, run the exe directly. But it should be inside the bin, and then debug. Oh, no. It should be okay. I just follow the path here, and then debug, and run the executable host. Yep. Hello world. Today is this date. Oh, everything is fine. Let's try to look at the folder content. We have here .NET console, bin, debug, the name of the TFM. That's it. So this is in debug. We have a PDB, the debug database, the symbol, dev.json and runtime config.json. And let's try to look at one of these files. I'm curious. Okay, we have here. Yeah. So looks like I already opened before. Never mind. Going to close it. Everything is good. And let's look at the size of the PDB and DLL. The DLLs is about 4608 bytes for debug. So this is the DLL, and the PDB is okay 11,500 bytes. So I think I should take a note of this one. Fire up notepad. So debug is for the DLL. Okay, 4,608 bytes. I'm just copying and pasting here to quickly take note on this one. For the size of the PDB, the debug is 11,500 bytes. I should take a note. .NET console. This is for the .NET console. For the release, you can also do .NET build for release. This I'm going to show you how you can use the test C options. So I'm going to run again that test C release with the big R or small R is the same. I'm going to use release configuration. You'll see that it is going to put on the release. Now let's see what is the content of that release. So bin release. Strange. Do I have something different? Okay. Let's see the option for .NET Build. This is a slightly interesting configuration to use for building the project. Okay, it seems that I may have to use different casing for that, but let's see. The size should be different, I think. Just close the existing one and okay, and examine this guy. .NET console.dll for release is same. Oh my god. This is interesting because usually release should be smaller and now it's the same. PDB, the PDB is, let's look at the size of this PDB file, 11504. Okay, the PDB is different. PDB is slightly larger. Hmm. Okay, for now the conclusion is DLL is having the same size, but the PDB is larger. Okay, so there is additional 4 bytes. Oh, let's try to look if you do the publish, and just to ensure that we should have a clean configuration. I'm going to close this and do the publish. Usually for console you don't have to do publish, but in this sample, yeah, I'll do the publish one. And then publish this project, and I'm going to use. I think I'm going to start without any option. If I don't specify no build, then it's to start the build, and by default it will put the output inside the release. Let's see. Is it using? Oh, it is using uppercase release. Okay, and it is now also have another folder. It's called publish. And for this very simple project, you will not see the difference directly. But when I add something like NuGet package or anything else, you'll see something that may be different. But for now, let's try to look at the resulting build. Um, yeah, I should just directly use this Explorer dot and look at it on console. And yeah, we have this release and publish. So this is strange. Release is still using small case. Okay. Now we have publish. We have publish. I think it is using release. This guy is using release, and let's see the PDB. PDB is 11. Yeah, it's still the same size as released before. And publish right now we have here. I think it's also the same. So initially I was thinking, okay, publish and build is always the same, but this will be different if you do something else. So let's try to. I think I'm going to use Visual Studio for now instead of VS Code, and I'm just try to open the solution directly. And so let's open sample.net publish here. We have .NET console. This is this some kind of marking or icon means that I'm still editing this. I have just added this line, but now I'm going to just to add a reference to another NuGet package. So I could choose this one. We are now seeing the same UI of NuGet Package Manager since I think since 2017. Let's try to add any kinds of NuGet package as long as it is having high compatibility with NET Core. This one seems okay. Yeah, if you use Entity Framework, you could use this first, and then you can also add another one, such as this is the Entity Framework for SQL Server. You can also just add this one if you are sure that you are going to use SQL Server, because this by default will also include the Entity Framework core relational. So I'm going to copy this and to narrow the list of uh, NuGet packages. So if you look at the core relational, it needs Entity Framework core, so it will be also included. But let's say I'm just going to add this guy only. Of course, it has a core abstraction, core analyzers, memory, logging, and so on and so on. Okay, I'm going to install this. I'm not going to include pre-release for now. Hopefully it has compatibility. Okay, it supports .NET 8. This is good. Yeah, just do the install, and it will download all of the necessary, dependency, meaning that Entity Framework Core will not just only download this guy, but it needs Entity Framework Core abstractions, analyzers, exception caching, abstraction, caching memory, dependency injection, dependency injection, abstraction, extraction logging, extraction options, extraction primitives. Let's just click apply for now. I accept. I know it is using MIT, which is permissive, but Microsoft is usually asking you to accept the license agreement. Everything looks good. Let's check on the dependency, or just I think I need to save this first. And let's check on the dependencies. Now I have this package. Okay, looks like it's good. For now, I'm going to close the solution. Let's keep it this way because I don't want Visual Studio to hold my files. And rerun this .NET Publish. But before that, I think I'm going to show you the difference by first I'm going to clean it, git clean. Yeah. Should I try again? Or okay, maybe I need to close my Visual Studio. Yes, should I try again? Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. So we have cleaned all of those. Now I'm going to build it first. .NET build. And I'm going to use the release configuration for .NET Console. Looks like small case or uppercase is fine. Okay, or lowercase or uppercase is fine. I'm going to build with release. So we now have only one DLL, but let's try to check the actual content of this folder. Console, bin, release. Okay, I specified the DLL. Sorry, not the DLL, the release configuration of the DLL, and there is no inclusion of the NuGet packages. But what about publish? So let's use publish. I'm not going to use release configuration. Oh, by the way, I think I'm going to clean it first, just to prove my point. Then I'm going to use .NET publish. And execute this guy. Everything seems okay. It should build well. Let's look at the I need to close this. Let's look at the content of that release. So we have here the same. What about the publish? Okay, the publish is still the same, and it doesn't have the NuGet package. So is it okay for this? Maybe yes, maybe no. But let's try something else. So let's look at the .NET publish dash h. Hmm. Disable build servers, self-contained. We could try that later and compare that with .NET publish, .NET build, not publish. I already done the publish. Time to look at the documentation. All I have here is .NET build and .NET publish. Let's close this one. So, what? Oh, we have AI skills challenge. What are the difference? With the dependency into set of binaries, executable, blah blah blah. Building request. This one you don't have. Restore. Executable. I think this is already done by default. It is executable. Online.NET build is equivalent online.NET MS build restore. Default verbosity is different. Yes, yes, yes. And okay, let's look at the .NET publish thing. Publish profile. Yeah, you can submit or add a profile for that. Intermediate language. Okay, let's do some. Maybe it will be ignored because I'm not using any logic related to .NET entity framework. So, okay, let's try something else. Let's go back to. Okay. Well, this is strange. Oh my God. Okay, I I think I'm going to use Visual Studio. Yeah, yeah. I reset my updates. Makes sense. Okay, sample.NET publish. Let's look at this GitHub action. Yeah, so this is why I need to specify the NuGet again. So hopefully still valid. I'm just going to use this one, Entity Framework Core. Apply. Since it's already on my local cache, then restoring this should be fast, hopefully. Just going to save it. Close this for now. And let's do the .NET publish again. There should be that thing of EF on the publish folder, hopefully. And let's look again. This .NET console. Okay, you have here, and let's look at the publish. Everything is still the same. What about debug? Let's have the debug one. I'm just using this .NET build without any parameters, so it will use debug configuration by default. Seems okay. Bin debug this one. Oh, it is included. So what would be the difference? Okay, I may be wrong, or it is maybe not maybe. I think it is wrong. So yeah. Essentials logging DLL. This is the same as the release. Okay, great. Now we have the NuGet here, and it is the same as the release one. Let's try to count it directly. We have 15 items. On the publish, we have 15 items. So number of the file is still the same. Okay. So this is interesting. Let's go back to the documentation. Uh, then what would be the difference? Read through its dependencies, resulting runtime configuration and dependencies. NuGet cache. Okay, this is for the .NET publish. What about .NET build? So what are the difference of application dependencies and the other? Okay, so it is not including the application dependencies. My point seems correct based on the documentation, but on the actual runs, it is totally different. We have here interesting note for executable project targeting .NET Core 3.0 or later. Library dependencies are copied to the output folder, meaning that there isn't any other published specific logic such as web project have. The build output should be deployable. Assuming that you are not going to pay attention that on the machine that you are going to deploy, that machine should already have the necessary runtime with the correct version. Like if you are compiling against .NET 8.0, you need at least runtime that use 8.0 for that. The other parameters is okay. Now there is this option, no dependencies. If you have this project depends on another project, then that project should also, the parent dependency of your project should also be compiled first. Then you should be good. But for this no dependencies, meaning that it only builds the specified root project. Ignores project to project references. Okay, I will try to demo it next week. No self-contained. The next one that is interesting. Oh, this is a note for 7.0.200 SDK and later. If you specify the dash dash output offset when running this command on Sol solution, CLI will emit a warning due to the unclear semantic of the output path. Dash dash output is disallowed because all outputs of all build projects should be copied into the specified directory, which is incompatible with multi-targeted projects, such as projects that have different versions of direct and transitive dependencies. There is a see also solution level output option no longer valid for build related comments. Yeah. I think it is makes sense for solution. The output may not making sense because the output should only be for the output for the project that you are have the interest or the main interest of that project. So dash dash output should only be used against CS procs instead of solution. Okay, directory with the first binaries. Because put it simply, we could just use the default one and then there should be some kind of script that copy the resulting output based on the configuration and also the TFM to the folder that you are going to use again for the Azure pipelines artifact or something like GitHub action that takes from that folder and copy it into the artifact, which is later than someone else or other team member can use it or download it, or maybe it is available for another steps or next steps such as the continuous deployment. Okay, makes sense. Okay, pattern identifier. So now we have here publish and build. Then my confusion is, so what would be the exact difference? It seems like, let's go back to my slide. The first point is somehow either it is buggy or it doesn't make sense or the doc may not seems quite accurate. The libraries that project target. So this is a nice release note embedded in this documentation. For executable project targeting version earlier than .NET Core 3.0, library dependencies from NuGet are typically not copied to the output folder. We see before, we saw it, and I think just now we also have seen it. Those DLL from NuGet is copied into the output folder. So with that in mind, the product of .NET Build isn't ready to be transferred to another machine to run. To create a version of application that when we deploy, you need to publish it with the .NET publish command. Yeah, we already see that the resulting output of .NET publish and .NET build is the same. But since .NET Core 3.0 library dependencies are copied to the output folder, this means that if there isn't any other publish specific logic, such as web projects, the build output should be deployable. Okay, this is interesting. And looks like this whole section describes any scenarios that mostly related for DevOps scenarios. In here, it's only mentioned for the Azure DevOps service, but it's also valid for Azure DevOps server, GitHub Action, and many more. Especially now that we know that GitHub Action is also using YAML, although the syntax is not the same, but the idea is also still the same. Yeah. So okay, we are good. This is interesting. For publish, you'll see that we have option that specify the manifest. Let's look at the description of that manifest. Okay, we have here manifest, path to manifest file. Specifies one or several target manifests to use to trim the set of packages published with the app. Manifest file is part of the output of the .NET Store command. Part of the output of the .NET Store command. So let's look at the help for this .NET Store. And okay, this feature is only applicable for 3.1 SDK and later. So this is interesting. Okay, I should make note of for this one. You see, we only have option store diversified assemblies in runtime package store. By default, assemblies are optimized for target runtime package store. Let's try to open this one. We are learning together. Starting with the Red Core 2.0, it's possible to package and deploy app against a known set of packages that exist in target environment. Faster deployment, lower disk space usage, and improve startup performance in some cases. Runtime package store, blah blah blah. So on Linux is user local share .NET Store. On Windows is C program file .NET Store. This means that using 64-bit. But I think for the 32-bit, there should be program files x86. If you are using 32-bit, 64-bit Windows, 32-bit will have some suffix added, like program files x86. The normal program files is usually used for 64-bit application or binaries. So we now have that core app to x64, x86, target manifest file, preparing a runtime for look at package version. Yeah, this is similar with the project SDK, of course, compatible with the project file format. To add runtime package store. Yeah, we could try this next week. But it seems that there is a relation from .NET Publish to .NET Store, but in .NET Store, you don't see any relation back to .NET Publish, which is a little bit confusing. Store the package specified from .NET 6.01 without optimization. What does skip optimization mean? Skip the optimization phase, preparing a runtime environment. So there is another app. Oh, okay, it's still under the runtime package store. Another of runtime can optimize apps for faster deployments, blah blah blah. Wording runtime package store corresponding target manifest. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about this further for this video. Let's defer it on next one. Okay, I was planning. Okay, this is the last video, and then I move to features. No, I think it's also quite a best interest for me to start to learn more about this one, and hopefully I could do it on the next video. Now let's try another option that is also very interesting for all of us: the use of the self-contained for both .NET Publish and .NET Build. But I'm going to use .NET Publish for now. I think it's more making sense because after you done the build, it's better to start to publish. I mean, if you done the build successfully, of course, then you should start to publish. The best way is usually for .NET Core is ensuring that your deployment will be okay and fine. And having this self-contained means that you can, ensure that your apps will be available without any dependencies of your .NET SDK or .NET runtime that is available on your machine. Meaning that you are going to be sure that when you do the self-contained, your application should work well as is. But let's try. Okay, because that would take more time to just to publish. .NET publish. Now I'm going to use --sc. Hopefully we are good. I'm going to close all of this. Oh, yeah, now we have Wins x64. So this is a 64-bit. Since I'm running the .NET SDK in 64-bit, of course the default compilation is always 64-bit. Win x64 here. Let's look at the folder content. In and I think publish, yeah, in here we have Win x64. This is cool. Okay, all of this is including all of the BCL, core lib, core CLR, and those things. It may be a little bit overkill for console, but you see that it can include all of the necessary .NET Core binaries. Let's try to do some experiments. I already have a VM here on my machine. So fire up my. This is actually for me to learn Windows Server domain control, but I think I can use it for now. And let's try to start this guy. Let's see. I should. Okay, let's try to use this. While we are waiting for this large server to up, let's go back to the documentation here. Okay, this start. Interesting. I think it's better for me to start to zip this, uh, compress to zip file. Hopefully, should not be too large. I'm going to rename it NET X0 .NET Console. So it's about 33 megabytes. Okay. And, okay, now I can log in. Don't know why it is not working before. So let's minimize this. And I'm going to copy that file. Okay. Move this a bit. Copy this into this. No, into this. Turn off. I don't see any help. It was okay before. Okay, let's try to search for that. Hyper VPN. It seems okay. Looks like I have to remote this guy. No, is it true? I don't think so. Okay, seems like it's not today. I'm afraid. Okay. Previously it was working, but now it's not working. So yeah, I'll try to demo it on next video. But bear in mind that this should be okay for other machines. Okay, maybe I need to set up, but that would take some time to set up a quick. It already takes some time to just to do some uh, searching for answer. Basically, you see that this ship is ready for you to be deployed. Okay, I think that's it for now. I have finished describing .NET Build and .NET Publish, the overview. So the next video will be the more advanced samples, including I'll try to do the manifest. It is also learning opportunities for me as well. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, and also ensure that if you have something to ask or something to comment, feel free to comment on the channel or on the video as well. And also you can reach me on my LinkedIn, as I know that some of you may not have luxury or privilege to use LinkedIn Premium. You can just add me. You can ask me anything about my videos on especially .NET. I'll try to help you as much as I can, and we have ways to explore our learning together as well. And yeah, we'll continue on next week videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.